Welcome once again to another episode of Mtgo Pauper Playtest here in Nonstopnoobph. This is your host, Sarah Pichel. And for tonight, we are to invite one of our friends in MTGO who resides in Canada. And she is a female Pauper player, so let's try and invite her, challenge her. Alright, hello Stella. Thank you for joining me in this match. Okay, am I gonna keep this hand or not? Most of them are 1-2 cast. But no, I'm not gonna keep it. This one though looks interesting. But it has 4 lands in it. She molds to 6 cards as well, so I will mold to 6 cards. Keep this. And I will throw away the... which one to throw away? The Colony Garden. I hope I draw it again later. Okay, let's go. First to play is Stella. Okay, I think she's using a Rakdos burn deck. Okay, so let's see what we draw. Another land here. So we'll play a Hard Evidence right away. Hello. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So let's play some Pauper. And she didn't cast anything yet. She will play an I4 Wellspring. Oh, so this is, I think, a Grixis Affinity deck. We will see. We will see. Oh, it's indeed a different deck. So for this turn, I'll try to First, I'm gonna play an island and just keep it open for the meantime, so that whatever shenanigans she has on her side, I can counter it. I hope. So what deck is this? It has white as well, but I guess this is an affinity deck. So she didn't do anything, so I'm gonna use the 2 mana for yeah. Okay, so there we go. We got a Lorien revealed. And we have another land. The token swarm is swarmed with lands right now. We're gonna play the Colony Garden. And wait again for what she does in her turn. I am trying to figure out what deck you have. She taps for 2 mana. Okay, a Lambus comes out. So it's like a Boros with a splash of black, I guess. Oh, so yes, it is a Boros deck with a splash of black. She didn't do anything. So, do I Lorien reveal or not? Probably no. So, I can cast, do I cast the Murmuring Mystic right away? Or not yet? Not yet. Just play the tap land and pass a turn again. Again, I am assuming that she'll be casting a Core Sky Fisher or a Glint Hawk anytime soon. So try to counter that. Because that means that she's gonna bounce one of her, you know, artifacts in the battlefield to the hand. So we're still waiting. Next turn, I'll be casting the Murmuring Mystic and bounce off an island or the Colony Garden with the Simic Growth Chamber. One of my personal faves. Oh, you'll see. Okay. Let's see what she has. I am anxious. Is she gonna cast the Core Sky Fisher now? Oh, so am I to counter the Experimental Synthesite? I guess so, because that's a draw engine for her, so I'm gonna counter that. She's playing around with my counter spells. So now she still has 3 open mana, and I have no counters left. I won't Lorien reveal because I'm gonna use it later for drawing. So she just plays another tap land. No, a plains, that is. So is she just gonna bounce the turn? Oh, pass the turn. Okay, passing the turn to me. That's a good draw. It's a preordained. But right now, I am gonna tap out. Playing the Murmuring Mystic. I hope it lasts in there. Always yield. Bouncing off the Colony Garden. Okay. So I took it off my hand. And now I am tapped out. She can do all the shenanigans that she has in there. Oh no. She has a cast down. In a Boros deck. With a splash of black. Okay, so my win con is gone. I have to figure out another way to win. Maybe it's best that I cast one of the Sprout Swarms now during her end turn, because I still have one. Okay, so because of that, I am gonna cast the Sprout Swarm now. Casting that. So I can sacrifice the plant token. Then I will yield to that and sacrifice the plant. So I have a replacement. So I still have one Sprout Swarm, which I can buy back all over again. Okay, so I do have a Rancor, which I can place on a crab. But I will preordain first. Okay, hard evidence comes in. Put it on top. And we'll draw the Abjure. Now I will put the Rancor onto the Sapper. So that when she casts a ball, I can Abjure. Okay, so I can attack. Apparently, she didn't have any removal spells yet, so I can attack with the 3/1 Sapperling. Okay. And I'm gonna play the Elmi Garden. So that if she has another Titan Blade, I have something to sacrifice. That will be my turn. I can buy back the Sprout Swarm again with the free with the mana that I have. And I also have the Abjure to counter whatever. Okay, so it's her end turn now. I can buy back. Green, use that for green. Convoking the Sapperling. Okay, that was successful. Give me something here. Okay, that's a hard evidence. So of course it has a draw. Are we gonna use the Lorien revealed already? No, we're gonna attack first. Let's attack first. No, not the other side. I'm gonna keep that for convoking or buyback. Okay, so she's down to 17 now. I think we have the mana to Lorien reveal. I hope we get a land. Okay, so there we go. The Cloakwood Swarm Keeper comes out. We're gonna keep one mana open. The problem is we cannot convoke because less than 5. So we have Abjure. We can counter that. Let's try if we can counter it. Sacrificing the Crab Token. This spell is rarely seen in the Pauper meta right now. So I am able to use it because I have blue creatures brought about by the Crab Token and the Bird Illusion from the Murmuring Mystic. Okay, so here's another. Oh no, the Titan Blade is flipped. So she's running out of options, I guess. And I get a land. So is she tapped out? Not yet. If I do this, she might lightning bolt it right away. So I am going to cast it's difficult, man. Okay, so I'm gonna use this to cast a Hard Evidence. So that's 2 mana right away. No, 2 tokens right away. Okay, so she didn't do anything. So the Swarm Keeper is up to 3 now. I'm gonna add 1 blue so that I could use Deduce for another pump to the Swarm Keeper. And I got me another forest, and I'm gonna attack right now with the 2 Sapperlings that I have. If ever she targets me with a Galvanic Blast, I can Sprout Swarm my way up to 5/5. So that's the good thing about, you know, having to add counter every time you place a token in the battlefield. think she's been flooded with land. Is it her end turn right away? Okay, so it's her end turn. I'm gonna get priority, so I am gonna cast with buyback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buyback. Pumping the Cloakwood Swarm Keeper. Oh, and she kills it with the cast down again. But that's okay. That is forgiven. I still have a sapling token there. She knows my win con. I am gonna play another land. I will no. Let's not tap that. Just one of this. Well, Lorian revealed. And it's a little bit late for you, Mr. Wave Sifter. But it's okay. So we're gonna attack again with the creatures that we have. Let's try with 5 damage from the sapling tokens. One of whom has Rancor. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for another Swarm Keeper to come in. I can buy back again or just crack a clue. I do have a lot of plans though. Same with her. So does she have a breath weapon? If she does, and yes, she's gonna target me with a galvanic blast. Should I counter that or no? Just keep it that way. It's not lethal anyway. Cleansing Wildfire. A ramp for her is too late because she has a lot of lands already. So she drew Lembas. Okay, so the Lembas is out again. She can gain life out of it. I believe that she's having problems drawing creatures right now. So what I will do is just buy back the swarm. Cast with buyback. Alright, pay with green. And green. Just buying it back for a measly sapling token. Okay, so we have another wave sifter here. I'm gonna play an island first. Let's try and draw something out of the blue. Oh, so there's a Glimmer Barn right there. This is another one of my win cons because you can pump it anytime you want. So we're gonna cast a Wave Sifter for its evoke cost. Okay. The evoke will bring us 2 clue tokens. I'll keep the other mana open so that she will think that we have a counter spell. Okay, attacking for 6. And she gains life. If she has another cast down, she can target Glimmer Barn. Let's type something. I believe that you are being flooded. Okay, so passing the priority. Yeah, she is being flooded with lands. Okay, Omen of the Dead comes in, returning the Core Sky Fisher from the graveyard and eventually casting it on the next turn. Okay, Scry 2. For her, she's down to 7. She will try and return maybe the Ichor Wellspring so that she can draw from the Core Sky Fisher. If she does, we're gonna be forced to hard cast the Wave Sifter so that we have a blocker for the flying creature. Because eventually one of my creature who has reach haven't shown itself yet. Okay, she draws another Cleansing Wildfire. A little bit too late for the mid game. Ramping land and giving her, okay, so she just concedes game 1. Okay, so we're off to the, what should I put in? Probably we're gonna take away the Glimmer Barns, or no. Confront the Unknown is a surprise trap card. So we'll put no, Blue Elemental. She has cast down. So the pump spells are no use. Weather the Storms are okay. Probably Relic. No, but probably Annul. So that we could counter the, what you call that? Hard Evidence is okay. Deduce is okay. Murmuring Mystic. Wave Sifter. Sprout Swarm. I guess one of them has to go. Okay, let's go for game 2. The Sprout Swarm has been very viable for the last game, but apparently it didn't have the combo piece that it should have had. The Murmuring Mystic as the combo. It's supposed to be on the battlefield along with it so that more value can come in whenever you cast it. You can eventually, you know, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this. Just put the Colony Garden on turn 1, then Simic Growth Chamber on turn 2. With the Arboreal Grazer and the Island. I think that's a good play. I hope it's a good play. If she has a faster hand, then I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay, so she has a tap land as well. So I will put the same for value so that we'll have a 1 creature on the battlefield right away. This Colony Garden is actually one of my favorite cards. everything, like in Stompy build, in the Black Gardens build, even in the Bulgari sacrifice build. Okay, so it's our turn now. So we're gonna cast the Arboreal Grazer first. We're gonna play a land. Always yield. Pick up the Colony Garden and play the Tainted Island. Right there. So that was a good turn. Very productive turn right there. So, okay, a little bit of slow start for her again. No creatures yet. I have a blocker for the flyer. So, I'll just pass a turn. Oh, she just passes the turn. I will play an island. And should I play the hard evidence now? Yeah, I did. I have no attackers. All of my creatures are very kind. They don't have any power. They have big muscles, but no punch. So, what's happening? Stella, what's wrong with the deck? It's her end turn again, and she did nothing. I am gonna crack a clue for value, because we have no use for them. And you should use all the mana. Okay, so another land comes out. I can hard cast. Okay. Should I wait for another Grazer? I can hard cast the Wave Sifter now. Just craziness. Crazy. Hard casting the Wave Sifter for 5. Is she gonna counter it? No, she did a Deadly Dispute. That's a 3 draw with a treasure token. So I get 2 clue tokens from the Wave Sifter. Can't wait for my win con anymore. So it's a 3/2 flyer. It can attack. Hopefully I get a Rancor again. She has 10 cards in her hand. Let's ask. Mana Drought. Mana Drought this turn. I think she's having problem with the mana. In the first game, she's flooded. And then in this next game, a little, but I think I can figure things out here. She's still trying to figure out what to do with the hand because she has a lot of them. Okay, Experimental Synthesizer from the Treasure token. That's a good one. Fencing Wildfire comes in. She has to have a red. Okay, so she sacrificed a Deadly Dispute for. Okay, so she can play the mountain as well. Correct? She plays the mountain. She can Cleansing Wildfire the artifact land for the value of it. Correct? So yeah. There you go. That worked out well because a mountain came out from the exile of the experimental synthesizer. If it didn't... Okay, so I think she's gonna pass the priority, the turn to me. What should I do in my next turn? I am flooded with lands. And she has 11 cards in her hand. What is she gonna put on the graveyard? She's still trying to figure out which one to throw to the graveyard. Okay, so after this game, I'm gonna discuss the... Okay, she threw the Glint Hawk, cast into the fire, or Skyfisher, another cast into the fire. And I drew another land. For the nth time. Lands all over. Whew. Flooded again. Okay, so I will just Lorien reveal and hope that I don't get any more land. Okay, so I get a Swarm, Keeper, and a Murmuring Mystic. No, it's a Sprout Swarm. I am going to play a Simic Growth Chamber bouncing off the forest. And I will attack with the Wave Sifter. So I have 8 cards in my hand. I will throw one of the forest away. Clean up. Yeah. I'll be able to cast a Murmuring Mystic on my turn. Okay, she does another Cleansing Wildfire. So she's ramping a lot of lands now and drawing a lot of cards. Murmuring Mystic to Hard Evidence. So I got a bird right away. Then I will Sprout Swarm on my end turn. So yeah, she casts down the Wave Sifter. She stepped out. So I'm good to go. Okay, so I have a counter spell. I'll play a forest first. Tricky arrangement of lands. Of course, I'm gonna play the Murmuring Mystic first. Should I keep the Hard Evidence first or no? I think I'm gonna wait because probably she has another cast down and she wants to target the Murmuring Mystic. So I have to counter that. And I can Sprout Swarm later with the 4 creatures that I have and the remaining forest. So is she gonna cast down the Murmuring Mystic in her main phase? Now she has a lot of lands. Oh, earlier she was trying to figure out what to do without the red mana. Okay, I get it. And now she has a red mana already. She's gonna return one of the creatures from the... Okay, I think I'm gonna counter that. That's not a good spell. Okay, a bird comes in. And That's countered. And I will Sprout Swarm. Okay, Lambas is okay. It's harmless. It can gain you life. It won't hurt me. Unlike the what card is that? The Omen. Oh, even the name. Scary. Okay, so the Lambas is here. She's gonna gain life from it. And the makeshift munitions comes in. Which one are you gonna target? You're gonna have to target a lot. Because I'm gonna do a Sprout Swarm in my end turn. Okay, Sprout Swarm, end turn. Green mana. Convoking everyone else. Alright. So that's the combo right there. If I have a Swarm Keeper in the battlefield, this will grow 2 folds each time I cast the Swarm. The Sprout Swarm. But unfortunately, I don't have him here. He only came out once. But I do have the Glimmer Barn, so that's good. So I will play the Glimmer Barn. She should target it right away. But if she does, I will be able to add counters to the barn by just sacrificing as much token as I want. So I have open manas here. I think I will. Do I save the mana? Okay, I think I'll use one of the blue to cast a Hard Evidence, create another bird token, so that later I can start swarming the field. Unless she has a breath weapon. That's the problem for me. Because if she does have a breath weapon, that's gonna be a big problem for me. So now I'm attacking with 3 creatures only. Always healed. Who's the target? Oh, she's targeting one of the birds. Okay. Can't do anything about it, so it's okay. So it's 2 damage for you. Down to 15, Stella. Down to 15. And I will Sprout Swarm again later, I guess, for how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 times. I can Sprout Swarm 3 times later. She tries to target the Glimmer Barn. I can sacrifice a clue token, because that's the only use for that. So I'm not gonna draw anymore, or I'll try to draw at least once. But oh no, the Karak clan shaman comes out. How many? Okay, so that's not a good sign. I am just gonna pump the Glimmer Barn as much as I can, so that I can save him. So I can only save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 creatures. So, okay. She's just waiting for me to Sprout Swarm again. Is she gonna do the crack? Okay, she does for 1. I am gonna respond to that. So it's 2. How many can you sacrifice? So that's 3. Only 3. I am gonna respond to that by sacrificing all affected creatures. This is a funny sequence right here. Please do accept the sacrificing. Are you gonna sacrifice again? No, you can't. You have no more artifacts. So that's plus 3 plus 4, so it's saved already, but I am still going to sacrifice more creatures. We are down to 7 and 5 minutes already. Oh. 1 damage to me. Okay, so I am gonna start sacrificing again. She put the Kark clan on the stock, and the stack hit 1 damage to me. Okay, 1 of this. I'm just gonna save my ass here. Okay, 1 more. 1 more, because all of this are gonna be dead. I'm just gonna kill all of them and keep the Murmuring Mystic. That's 15-16. I guess that's okay. Cancel. I'll cancel. No more tokens to sacrifice. That's 15-16. And the Murmuring Mystic is safe. Still the end turn, so I can cast another buyback. 1 more buyback for me. 1 of those. Can I still cast 1 more? No. That will be enough. Okay. So she's down to 15. And I can cast the Wave Sifter for 2. Okay, so that's 5, 10 damage already, and I have a flying. She doesn't kill me right away. I can do a lot of damage here. But before I do that, I'm just gonna attack first. Attack with all I got. Okay, so she does not do anything. I am gonna sacrifice a clue. GG. She already knows it. What? Why should I pay 2? No. I'll just finish the game. So that's 11 damage already. Okay. GG. Thank you. Thank you for playing with us, Stella. I hope we see you again soon for another playtest. So we're gonna look for another opponent, but let's look at the deck list first. So the deck list is composed mostly of clue generating creature and spells. So here we have the hard evidence. It brings out the clue token and crab. Also we have the deduce, which draws a card and brings out the clue token. We also have the wave sifter, whom we can cast with evoke for 1 green and 1 blue, and it brings out 2 clue tokens. And here we also have confront the unknown. So it pumps the creature until end of turn. It investigates as well. Also, she messaged us. And it also pumps the creature +1/+1 for each clue that you have on the battlefield. So these are with synergy with the Murmuring Mystic and the Swarm Keeper and the Glimmer Barn. So we also have counter spells and 1 Abjure. And we have this Simic Growth Chamber. At least we can ramp some lands with a Boreal Grazer. And we also have Preordained to draw us cards along with the Lord in Reveal for mana fixing as well. So we have put 2 rankers. The initial build has no rankers in it, but now it has. So it became very valuable because once the Swarm Keeper becomes very huge, it needs trample in it so that it can't be jump blocked. It can deal a lot of damage in excess. So on the sideboard we have a Null, Blue Elemental Blast, Life Goes On, and Weather the Storm, of course, against red, and the Spider Silk Armor for the flyers, so we can put wings to all the creatures and tokens that we have, aside from, of course, the blue bird illusion tokens. And we have a pair of Relic of Progenitus as well to evade the graveyard of the opponent, especially against the Terror decks and the Dredge decks. Okay. Let's try and create another game so that we can validate if this deck is good enough for the tournaments. Okay, yes, we're gonna yield. We'd like to go first. We have an Arboreal Grazer here, but the problem is that we don't have another green land. So we're still gonna keep it and pray that a Simic chamber comes out on the next draw step. Okay, so Fueya, welcome to Nonstopnoobph. This is a featured match between Asar Official and Fueya. He plays a Plains. What deck is he gonna... Okay, so I'm gonna play an island first. Preordain that. Preordain. Okay, Rancor comes out. That's okay. On top. And this one on top again. Let's play another Preordain. Cloakwood Swarm Keeper is on top. And Rancor, we'll draw the Rancor now. Let's pass the turn. No lands yet. Still no lands. But we like what we saw on top of the library, so we're gonna keep it that way. The problem is we have no land play on the third turn. So this is a Boros deck that is upon us. Let's play the Swarm Keeper first. Is he gonna do something about it, or is he gonna bolt it right away? He has no removal, then this guy is gonna grow. Beyond the reach of a Galvanic Blast. So now in our next turn, we're gonna play another Hard Evidence to pump. What's this? Charismatic Vanguard. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. It's a 3/2 creature. It is a blocker, most probably for the Cloakwood Swarm Keeper. So I guess this is a brew. This is a brew deck. So yeah, we will definitely put counters on Swarm Keeper. There you go. And let's decorate it with a Rancor. We're gonna attack with a 7/5 creature with trample now. It didn't block, but we do have blockers here. The seafood creatures. So the third land hasn't come out yet. Is he gonna attack? He didn't attack. So we have a counter with Abjure. No land still. So we can play Glimmer Barn this turn. And attack again with the 7th creature. So both of our decks are brew decks. Because this is the first time I ever saw this creature in the battlefield. So target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And then investigate. I will counter that. Sacrificing this craft token. You cannot pump to 5. Okay, he's gonna do another damage to me. Okay. It's okay. First time I saw shock in MTGO. So he's gonna block. And he is gonna take I don't know, 5 damage still. Taking 5 damage. Yes. The Rancor will come back to my hand and I'll put it later to the Glimmer Barn. So I can inflict 6, 7, 9 damage on my next turn. If he does not cast the creature this turn, then it's gonna be a big problem for him. But of course, both of our decks are brews. So if this was, if only I had one more mana or so, I could have casted the Deduce to pump one more counter to the Swarm Keeper. But apparently we are in mana drought right now, but still we are on the lead. So yeah, on his end turn we can't do anything because we have no lands. Okay, so for this turn, I am gonna look for a land. An island that is. I'm gonna put a ranker to the Glimmer Bar. Is he gonna do something? Anything? He can block 3, so I am gonna attack. I will sacrifice two clue tokens for this. Blocking step. Okay, he blocks. It is my priority. I will sacrifice a clue. Target creature gets +3 and gains first strike. So that's okay. Another clue. And the crab token. So I have 7/6 now. So he gets 3, so that's 7. So he can kill me first. No, I will be on the 9/8 slot, whilst he will be 7/3, so he'll be dead. I will damage 9 to him and spill 6 damage, and I am still alive. Okay, so that was a good play right there from him as well. He has a pump to the creature. Okay, return triumphant again. He just keeps returning the creature from the graveyard. Okay, whenever this creature attack, if its toughness is 3 or less, put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, so I think we're gonna play a Wave Sifter later. Okay, so an Argivian Cavalier enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier. So he's starting to swarm us. I hope I have some answers to that. He is down to 2. Okay, so this is tricky because I can only create 1, 2, so that will add up, become 7. So yes, blockers of 5, and the 2 damage will go in. So I guess it's okay. Yeah, let's try. So I'm gonna cast this with Evoke. So I will create 2 clue tokens, which will add a +4/+4 to me, and he has only, okay, whenever this creature attacks, if it attacks, I will attack this turn, that you won't have any opportunity to cast anything anymore. So the creature will be dead. You should chomp block it. It didn't chomp block, so that's okay. So cancel. No, I'm very excited. I will sacrifice this and sacrifice another one, so it became 7/6, and the damage will go through, and I'll get the win on game 1. Okay, so he just threw the whole game after game 1. So yeah, I guess the deck is working. With the addition of Glimmer Barn and Rancor, the deck became more solid. Also, the addition of Wave Sifter ramped up the token generation. We haven't seen the Confront the Unknown yet in action, but this is a surprise trap card for us. So if this comes out, then eventually all the trample or the creatures that are attacking, we can pump them, which has no blockers. The Abjure card is valuable, but only one will do. Of course, the Hard Evidence and the Murmuring Mystic and the Sprout Swarm, the combo is very good. The Cloakwood Swarm Keeper is very easy to remove, but when it becomes big, the only thing is that it has to have trample. Okay, so I guess that's it for this episode of Nonstopnoobph Pauper Playtest in Mtgo. Thank you very much again to Stella for playing with us earlier in the first game. And we'll try to tune this more so that it can become a viable deck for the tournaments. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been Asar Official for Nonstopnoobph. Keep grinding.